Okay, hi everybody. I told you I'd make a recording. I'm going to make a recording on a couple things that you're going to do every week you come into class, and also the end of chapter 2 where I talk about anchor tags. So, every week you come into class, you are going to add your extensions, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so you're going to add your extensions every week. There's two ways you can do it. You can come over here to this little icon. It's the extension manager, and it will open up where you can add your extensions. The first extension that you will search for will be the tree icon. So I just always type in tree icon, and then it will be the brackets tree icon. You will install it. Obviously, I already have it installed, but you will see this install button and you will press that. And once you do that, it will give you these little icons next to each of your file types. The second one that you will do is surround, and surround, bracket surround. So you will install that. You'll close these each time we're looking for. And then the last one that you'll install is Beautify.io. And not just Beautify, but the Beautify IO. This one will minimize your code. We don't want to do that. We want to Beautify IO so it's easier for us to read. So we're going to install that one. The one thing that we did notice in class that the Beautify does tend to duplicate your work, so you have to do a refresh on the browser. I'm going to close that. Those are the three you will install every week you come into class is Tree Icon, Surround, and Beautify IO. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is just make sure we name this file. I'm going to do File, Save As, because right now it's treating it as a text document. I'm going to create it a template file real quick and just show you how to create the template file one more time. And we're going to save that. And the template file starts with a doc type. So it's the exclamation point, and doc type can be lowercase or uppercase, and it is doc type HTML, saying that it is HTML5. The next thing is HTML, and we are going to also say the attribute of language. So if you get that code hinting, go ahead and just press the enter key, and that will allow you to it will fill it out for you. So it opens and closes that for you. We want to put in our head, not header, but our head. And then after the head, we want to have a body. So the head and the body tags definitely go inside. Inside the head tag, we are going to have the title tag. The tab title or the tab information. So that's very important that you know that that's what the title is. Then we always put in two metas. The first meta is the character set, and it's UTF-8. So as it's code hinting, you can just fill that out. The other meta is for us being the author. So it's name, then you can down arrow author, content, and then just put in your name. Actually put in your name. Don't put in the words your name. Okay, then this is where you're going to put the content for your page. So I'm going to go ahead and do File, Save. And so now we should have a template and everything in the Chapter 2. So every time we come in to class, you'll unzip the week's chapter, and you will add the extensions to brackets, and you'll make sure that the template file is in there. Here we go. Let's start with this, and this is going to be an anchor example. From there, we're going to go to the body, in between the body tags, and an anchor tag is an A tag with href. And we're going to just go out to Johnson County Community College. This is an external link, so I need to get the whole URL. The best way to do that for me is a lot of times is just to open up another browser. So you're going to open up a browser window, and I'm just have Chrome open, and I'm just going to type in jccc.edu, and I'm going to grab that link right here. So if I copy that, and then I'm going to just come here, and the href is going to paste in the absolute link. So this is the protocol, https://www.jcc.edu. And then you have a target, and this is what is going to target. So um, this is the information that we will see. We don't usually see this JCC edu. You usually put in JCCC, or you put in something that you want to be in between the two anchors. So I'm going to save that real quick. We are going to view it. And when it comes up, we will just see um, that our anchor is here, and it will say JCC here with the underline. So this is actually styled the way the browser styles it. When I click on it, this is my page. So this is my website right here, or my page for the website anchor example. If I click on this links, you will notice it overwrites my page and takes me to the JCC edu page, which is not very good because it doesn't open up another tab. That leaves me wondering, oh, where did the other page I was on go? If I'm a very savvy user, I know I can use this back arrow and get there, but then there are some people that are like they get multiple tabs open. So I'm going to close this. To avoid that, you put in an attribute called target. So we're going to put in an attribute called target, and you just press enter. And then these are the ways you can target this anchor or this link. And we're going to do blank. We're going to do target blank. And that is going to allow us to go to JCC, but it will open up a new tab in the browser. So let's save it again. Let's go look at it. And now when I click on it, here's my page. And as I click on it, it opens up another tab in the browser window. So here's my page over here. I can go back to and the JCC page. So that is probably the optimal way of setting up your anchors so that they don't open on the same website. Now, if I have multiple pages in this website, I probably don't want to open up a tab for every page that I open. I only want to do that if I go to an external website that's outside of my website. So JCCC edu is not in my website. This website, Anchor, is the Anchor Examples website is different than JCC edu. But if I had multiple pages in this Anchor's example, I could just overlay this and I'd still be at the same website. We're going to create a folder over here, and it's going to be the TMD folder for Trillium Media Designs. So I'm going to right click and do new folder. I'm going to call it TMD. Once that folder is created, I'm going to grab my Trillium Media Designs file, and I'm going to drag it into that folder. So I have that folder there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do File, Save As, and I'm going to save it as index.html, and I want to save that. So you'll get your index file there. I'm going to do For the index file, I'm going to do File, Save As, and I want to have a services .html, and I'm going to save that. And then I'm going to do File, Save As, and I want to have a contact .html. So I'm creating all the pages. I'm kind of doing it different than the way they do it in the book. In the book, they have you create the anchors first and then create the pages. I'm having you create the pages first and then the anchors. I am going to grab the TMD and take it out of this website. So I'm going to take that and put that back at the root level. So you only have 3 pages in there: index, contact, and services. In each of these, I'm going to go and make some modifications so that I know which is which. So in the title of the contact page, I'm going to say contact and then put in a colon. On the header here, I'm just going to put the H1, I'm just going to put in contact. And then I'm going to save that. File, save. I'm going to make sure the index, that's Trillium Media Designs, Trillium Media Designs. So this is my first page, the home page. And then I'm going to go to services and I'm going to change that to say services, colon, and I want to say services in the H1. This is just so that when I go to each of the pages, I'll know that I'm on the different pages. So I'm going to save that. From there, I'm going to go to the index page. So I have services, I have index, and I have the contact. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go to our nav. And inside our nav, we're going to surround each of these words because this is what people are going to click on. And it's going to take us to the home page, the services page, or the contact page based on the anchor that we put on each of these. So let's go ahead and highlight the word home. And because we have the surround extension set up, we can do edit and scroll down till we find surround or Control Shift J. And then we can put in our anchor. The anchor starts with the less than symbol, A, and then we put in the href. And this is our home page. So the href is going to be the index.html. And so that is going to put an A tag at the beginning, and the href is the attribute, and the index is the href is the property of the attribute, and the index is the value. Always put it in quotes, and then you're going to press the enter key. So as you can tell, that surrounded that. I'm going to do the services and contact a little different because we do get some code hinting that allows you not to make spelling errors. As you've seen, people may have creative spelling just like I do. And if they do, you may misspell one of these and you don't want to do that. So we're going to do Control Shift J or Command Shift J, and we are going to use the surround. And I'm just going to put in an A tag without the href real quick. And I'm going to do that with the contact. And then we'll come back and I'll show you the code hinting and how nice that is. So I'm going to do the edit. I'm going to highlight the word contact, and then I'm going to do edit surround and then put in the anchor tag. Now, the anchor tag won't do anything until you tell it where to go. So as soon as you type in the href, it brings up the list of pages that are in this folder. So this is the services page, so I know I can select the services page. Isn't that nice and slick? I won't even misspell it. If I misspelled services over here, at least I know it's going to be the same way here. So we're going to do the same thing on the contact page in between um, the A and the greater than symbol. We're going to type in the href, and then we are going to grab the contact page. So it makes life a little, it makes it really simple. So we have gone and we have created the anchor or the nav on the contact page. If we go to the index page, the nav isn't there. And if we go to the service page, it's not there. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy the navigation that we have here. So we're going to grab everything, opening and closing nav. We're just going to grab it all. So lines 11 through lines 15, we're going to highlight it all and we're going to copy it. So you can copy it with edit, copy, or you can do Control C. Okay, so edit, copy. We're going to go to the index page and we're going to highlight the nav opening and closing all the way down. And we're going to do edit, paste, or Control V. We're going to go to the services page. We're going to grab the nav or highlight the nav opening and close. And we're going to do edit, paste because it's still loaded into our um, notepad. Okay, so here we have all of these. Now you can see these all need to be saved. We're going to do File, Save All, and we have our first navigation set up. So if you go and you view the index page, and you preview it, come on, you will have a functioning navigation. So you will be able to go from the index. So this is the home page. This is the home page. I can go to the services page. So here I can tell I'm in the services page, and then I can go to the contact page. Okay, for each of these, so we'll put in H2s in the main, and then we'll put in a DL for the services. And then on the contacts, we'll put in an H2 and we'll put an unordered list for email and phone. So let's do that. Let's start with the contact because it will be the easiest to do. So we're going to go to the contact page and start. And in the main, we are going to cut, well, I think we will keep the H2 here. And we will just say contact Trillium Media Designs today. And then I'm just going to highlight the rest of this stuff after the H2 and before the closing main tag. And I'm just going to delete that. So I deleted everything after the closing H2 and before the main. So we're going to put in a UL. This is for an unordered list. So that is the parent. And then we're going to put in two LIs. And I'm just going to copy that real quick. And I'm going to paste it. So I have one parent, one UL, and two LIs. The first one is going to be the email, and then colon, and then an actual email that you might want to put in. I'm just going to put in um, the contact Trillium Media Design. Um, okay, so that is the email address. Then inside the second one, we're going to put in a phone number, colon, and I'm just going to put in all fives. So 555, 555. And so there's the phone number. So now we will save that, and that will be our contact page, our services page. We're going to just grab the services that we have on um, here. So the H2 is going to be our services meet your business needs. So right here, the H2 is just going to change to our services. And then after the H2, okay, so this paragraph all the way to the closing of the second, we are going to get rid of all of those. So we're going to delete that. And we are going to put in a definition list and terms. The definition list is DL. And then inside there are the parents, are the DTs, and then the DDs. So definition term, definition description, and we're going to have 3 of those. So I'm going to just copy those and put 2 more in. So the terms are almost the what's going to just kind of stand out. The first thing we're going to do is put strong tags inside here. And we're going to put in web design as the first one. Website design. The next definition term is also going to have a strong tag. And that is going to be e-commerce solutions. And then the last one, which is going to be a term, is going to be the strong. And we're going to have search engine optimization. Okay, so these are already filled out for us. If we come up to 215, we can actually come to the services here, and we can come here and grab the DDs if you want. If you want to grab the DTs also, that's perfectly fine. So just copy those, go back to your services page, make sure you know in between the two, the opening and closing D tag on the first, whether your needs are large or small, Trillium can get you on the web. So I'm going to do the same thing for the next term definition. Going to copy that. So Control C to copy. So highlight it first, and then Control C to copy or Command C to copy if you're on a Mac. Go back to the services that you're working in the working file. Find the opening and closing DD for the e-commerce solutions. Paste it there. And then the last one is the search engine optimization. So we'll go to the services here. And most people, we're going to start with that on line 26, highlight that, copy that, take that to the services page, and put that between the opening and closing DD on my line 24. My line numbers and yours may not match. That's perfectly fine. They don't have to. I'm going to save this, so File Save or Control S to save. If you want to beautify your work, you can actually come here, do Beautify IO. Let's go look at it out on in Chrome. see what it looks like. It will bring this up. Yeah, Beautify does make it look really ugly. That so if you get a whole bunch of extra, just do the refresh and it'll give it back to where it's supposed to be. So here I'm on the services page. Our services meet your business needs. Um, you can actually see the services tab there. When I go to the home page, services, and so this is the definition list that we created, and then the contact. This is the unordered list. From there, we want to add hyperlinks to our email. And to do that, we're going to go back to our contact and we're going to add hyperlinks to the email. And I'm also going to show you how to add it to the phone. They don't have that in the book, but it is a good thing to learn. And with one of our case studies, we'll be doing that too. So I'm going to do Files, Save All. I'm going to go to the contact page. And so I want when they click on this email that it will go to an email server or try to open up an email server. So I'm going to put in an anchor there. This one is going to be a little more complicated because we put in the mail to via the hyperlink and we tell people to go to the actual email list with the mail to. So to do that, we're going to do the edit surround again or Control Shift J. And we're going to start with our anchor tag. So the A, href, and we're going to put in equal and our quote marks, okay, or starting quote at least. And we're going to type in mail to, which is one word, colon. Okay, the mail to is one word and colon, and then you actually put in where you're mailing it to. So if you're mailing it to contact at trilliummediadesigns.com, that's what you put in here. So you can put in contact at trilliummediadesign.com. Okay, now I need to close that quotation mark and I need to close the actual anchor. So that's a lot in an anchor. You can use your arrow keys to go back and forth and see if you typed it correctly. Um, and once you do that, you're going to press the enter key when you have it correct, and you will see that you typed in all of this in that surround tag, and it surrounded what you had highlighted with an opening and closing anchor tag. So this was what the people are going to see, but this is where it's going to go. We're going to go ahead and do edit, surround, and now we're going to do an phone. Okay, you're going to highlight the telephone and then you're going to put in the anchor and the href equal, and then in quotation marks, you will put in the TEL colon, not two L's, but one L. And then you'll put in the actual telephone number, country code if you need to, and then area code, then the phone number, and then you're going to close that. So that's the opening anchor tag, and it will surround it with the opening and closing anchor. Press enter. And so this is what we typed in, and this is the closing anchor. So there's the opening and closing anchor around. This is what people will see, this 555. I hope this all makes sense. All of this should work really well for you. You should be able to go through and start working on the case study for Path of Light in the book after you're all done here. If you have questions, please let me know in Canvas and I will try to get back with you as soon as possible. Thank you very much.